And hi folks, today I'm going to have a look at this beautiful new kit from Eduard in their Brassin Hybrid line of Avia S-199 Bubble canopy. The last video I did on this channel was actually an overview of the previous kit that they released of this plane, just a different modification, Avia S-199 airlock canopy. And there I talk a little bit more about the history of the aircraft. So I'm going to skip it this time, just going to say that this is pretty much repurposed BF-109 that was left after the war in Czechoslovakia, and they did a couple of different versions. One of them was the airlock canopy, one of them was the bubble canopy that I'm looking at right now. I'm also building the airlock canopy right now, so a little spoiler alert here. This is going to end up on the channel. Really enjoying the build so far, so if you're interested in seeing that, subscribe, like, and of course you can press those notifications, but subscribing would really help out. I'm just starting the channel, so that's probably the most important part right now. Anyways, back to the kit. Like I said, it is a brand new one, just released for their January 2026 line. I got it a couple of hours ago. It was released just before Christmas, but because post was closed, I did not get it until now. It should be pretty similar to the Sakin one, the one with the airlock canopy. You know, that's the Israeli Sakin aircraft or livery. And here we should have different liveries. Here's a little sneak peek. We're going to have a look at the instructions more in detail. And there should be some improvements in their 3D prints, so I'm really interested in seeing that. So let's get into it. Let me open it and let's have a look. I already opened the plastic pretty much, so I don't have to mess around with the plastic as I show you what's inside. But there are four plastic sprues by default. It is exactly the same as the airlock canopy version, so technically you could build the airlock canopy one from here. This is the airlock canopy. Here are the bubble canopies. This piece actually got loose both on this kit and the other kit as well, but hey, you know, that's completely okay. I believe we have two canopies, one for closed, one for open version, depends on which one you want to build. I'm not really sure which one I'll do yet, but hey, you know, we good options. Here are the wings and you know, some horizontal stabilizers and stuff like that. Pretty beautiful tooling. You can see that there are rivets everywhere. I really love this about Eduard. They really spare no details in their kits. Here we have the main fuselage. There are some. This is not for the version that you've seen on the cover, but here are some gun pods that you pretty much latch on the wings. They fit really nicely to the curvature of the wing, but that's going to be the airlock canopy version. Here you have some smaller details like you know, flaps and propeller cone, and here the covers for the engine mounts that are for the jumbo engine that are in the airlock canopy. Then of course you do have the standard Eduard decals, lots of stencils. Let me actually take this one off. I could have done that before, but yeah, stencils, these are nice and crisp. I actually don't have any issues with those. I know lots of people are actually complaining about Eduard decals because they do have that film on top of them. I so far tried to play with the film and remove it. Maybe you'll see it on the camera. Here, there it is. You know, that's the film that actually makes the sticker a little bit desaturated, but you can actually remove it once you put it on a kit. So that's definitely what I'm going to try to do. So those were the decals, pretty nice. And here are the instructions. So a little bit about the aircraft. And here, right away, I see that there are actually a couple more Brassin parts than there were in the other one. I'm not sure actually. Let me let me have a look. I do have this on hand because I'm just building the other one. But yeah, there's a couple more pieces. Here it ends with RP43, RP38, and for example, the RP38 is not even on the new one. There were a couple of pieces, and we're going to have a look at those. There are a couple of pieces that really did not make that much sense in the 3D print, because the 3D print is very brittle and it just breaks so easily. It's one thing I don't like about a kit or working with 3D parts in general. It's just they disintegrate just by looking at them. For example, this one, there was an antenna that here it is. There was an antenna that I will actually have to rebuild somehow, because it just disintegrated into a billion pieces when I accidentally dropped it, and you know, I can be clumsy once in a while. So yeah, there's the difference. Otherwise, you can see that those sprues are pretty much identical, just different colors, of course, different Brassin parts. Then when we have a look at these instructions, there's actually, that's really nice, that's something that I was missing, just some color guide for the seat belts, because I was not sure how to paint the seat belts with the colors I bought for the Sakin kit. Now I actually do have sale color for different projects, so I will know how to paint it this time. And you can see that the decal actually needs to go on top of there. It's a little bit more clearer. Before I was cutting up the decal a bit too much unnecessarily, but it gave me a really great effect. It's just a little bit more detailed up here, and then you can see that you'll have to put on those rails. That's one of the differences. If I look at the cover, there is the rail on which the bubble canopy slides. Airlock canopy opens this way, so obviously it does not have those rails. So that's another difference. Now I'm going to throw this away. I don't think that's as important. There are going to be probably some improvements in those steps, though I'm not really seeing much. This is new. This new piece that wasn't there. Is there anything else new? Don't necessarily see anything. Maybe up here. Yeah, of course the difference is for the rails and the bubble canopy. Then the masking guide. There's also a mask, but unfortunately just the top side. It's not two ways. So if you need to, or if you want to make it open, you probably need to get another set or just prepare the masks yourself. And now here we do have those beautiful liveries that you can build out of the decals that you have, and this one really takes the cake. I really did. That's the Police Air Patrol from Czechoslovakia. I love this one. That's the one I'm going to build. But these are also nice, and they're either military or air patrol as well. Some differences, they're all Czechoslovakian, unlike the airlock canopy that was used in Israel. This one I don't think has any options, and it doesn't. It's just the Czechoslovakian. But this one standing out quite a bit. So that's the one I'm going to build once I get to this kit. I do have couple of aircraft before that happens. And now let's look at the most important part of the kit. And here I actually opened it, but I did not look inside yet. In the airlock canopy version, I had a couple of pieces that just disintegrated on arrival. They just weren't there. And Eduard said that they are going to change that. Make sure that does not happen. So let's see if they improved. Now this one, those are the sides of the cockpit. Those were fine on the other kit. I don't see any issues with this one, so they are the same. Here we have some smaller pieces, unfortunately just thrown in together, but they look all fine as well. I think on other dashboard I had like this lever just fell apart, so it's nice to see that here it's all good. Yeah, those are quite nice. Some, I don't know. Yeah, those are guns. So you're probably not even going to use this if you're building the livery that's on a box. Now here are the struts for landing gear, and oh, those are the rails. Oh, this looks like this is going to break. This is going to break quite a bit when I try to build it. Well, let's see. Maybe not. Maybe it's going to be all fine. And here, landing gear, wheels. Yeah, they look fine. In the other one, you actually had the two of the back landing wheels, or the back wheels. They were for two different versions. So interesting, we have only one, but we do have, of course, two landing wheel and wheelbase. They are nice. They are the same as their own other kit. And here is where a lot of people had issue, and right away I see that it was actually addressed correctly. So on the other kit, there was not this rail wasn't there, and what happened? These pedals, the rudder pedals, they actually arrived disintegrated. They just fell apart, and I actually see that even this one is a little bit broken. So the cage does not handle everything. There's that little strap. Maybe let's focus. There's on the left one you can see there's a strap. On the right one there isn't. So unfortunately this doesn't really prevent the issue. That's unfortunate, but maybe I'll be able to rebuild it somehow, or use masking tape to create a strap. So that's unfortunate, but at least there's the effort, right? Before you did not have this protective cage, and the whole rudder pedal just fell apart, or even both of them. I heard people had issues with them quite a bit. So yeah, sorry to hear that, or sorry to see that this did not work as much as we wanted, but hey, it is what it is. And here we do have small pieces in a box. They're taped to the bottom of this box to make sure that they don't break apart. They look pretty much similar to what we had in the airlock canopy one. So yeah, that's the kit. Already a bit improved, at least with this cage. I mean, there's only so much you can do with those 3D prints. Maybe even a bit stronger rails would help. Not sure. This is the different material again. This I believe they said that it's made for dentures, or the dentures are made out of this material. So it should be pretty strong, but I'm still afraid about these rails. Anything that's really thin and really long, it tends to break. Actually, do you have like even the exhausts for the airlock canopy one? I'm not sure if this is the piece or not, but it just fell apart a couple of times already. So just by snipping it out of the form that it sits on. So yeah, beautiful pieces, beautiful kit. I actually can't wait to build another one. And apparently there is one more Avia coming, and it's going to be the CS-199, which is pretty much a two-seater Avia, but not sure when that's coming. I just read it somewhere on the forum that it might be coming. If so, the plastic's probably going to have to be modified a little bit. It's not going to be these four sprues as they were, because the modification, it has two seats. The cockpit is going to be different as well. It's probably going to be a bit longer here. Not sure. I'll have to research the CS-199. But if it's going to come, I'm going to buy it, and I'll build it, same as this one. in its due time. There are a couple of other aircrafts I have planned before, so this is going to go in my backlog pile for now, but I'll get to it eventually. Anyways, guys, once again, thank you for watching. If you watched up till here, again, please subscribe, like, it really helps the channel. Just starting it up, and if you're interested in seeing more new kits, unboxings, let me know.